Welcome to the E&I Bourbon Salon.
Welcome. Glad to have you guys. Welcome.
What happened to you?
Remember Dave said he's going to talk to Javier? He didn't talk to Javier. I had a run-in with Paulitas, guys. Ooh, damn Javier.
Strikes again.
Let's just keep going. Keep going. I got alcohol. I'll be fine.
Tonight is all about weeded bourbons.
Weed it. Let's go.
Which is my favorite bourbon. And honestly, I wanted to open up. I don't have a Weller 107, the OWA Weller, open right now. I have two on the shelf behind me.
I have like a little bit. I only have like a little bit left. It's a store pick.
So that is my all-time favorite bourbon, all-time favorite weeded bourbon. It is still a bourbon because it is a corn-based whiskey, but the rye content has been replaced with wheat, thus the, weeded bourbon. So it's my absolute favorite. We don't have it out there.
It's definitely my top 5.
So
definitely
we settled for a full proof. The full proof.
These
are hard to find. This is a store pick. I got a couple of these, so this is a good
And
one.
when we say, settle for, I mean, you can't really settle when it comes to Weller. You can't.
But the 107, man, that's my favorite weeded bourbon of all time. I don't know what to do with these. I don't know.
We're just throwing glass. So, what's the first weeded?
All right, yeah. So we'll get into it. So all about weeded. We did an episode. I think it was 2 episodes ago. This is episode 8. So episode 6, we did rye bourbon.
Yep.
And today we want to talk about weeded bourbon. Weeded bourbon is one of my favorite, just because of like the sweetness that it produces.
Yeah.
The rye tends to be maybe minty or spicy. We can be very funky. We've done a lot of wheats. On the last episode, we opened the Willet 8-year weeded, kind of a controversial bottle.
Yes.
We also did a little bit of whiskey hunting, and we found the Star Hill, which is the Maker's first new weeded mash bill that Maker's has put out in the last 70 years. So a lot of weeded bourbons are all around us, and again, my favorite.
I've had my fair share. Obviously, Weller's being my favorite weeded. 107, when you say it, that is definitely my favorite one out of the Weller's brand. I've never, I had another one, and I think I suggested it to you, and it was almost kind of I don't know if I want to do it, but I kind of want to give it a second chance. Green River, because if I'm not mistaken, Green River is a weeded bourbon. And just did not, it was something about that one, did not hit right for me.
People are really high on Green River right now. I specifically haven't tried anything. I hear some of the single barrel products are great. I've tried some of their normal bourbon that's out there, not cast strength, and it's fine. I've got a bottle behind me down on the lower shelf. Great bourbon, good drinker for the money. I don't know that I love it. I would say the same thing. We love Penelope as a brand.
Yes.
Penelope put out a weeded bourbon.
I don't think I've had the weeded.
I've got it right over there. It's okay for the price. I think I might have paid $38 for it. I think for the price, it's fine. It's a great drinking whiskey. But is it my favorite weeded bourbon? Is it a Weller 107 killer? No.
Well, speaking of that, though, we did talk to that one guy.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
We did talk to that one guy at in one of our hunting videos, which, I'm going to be honest, we probably should have done a little bit more filming inside if we could. I know it was going to be hard to do it, but it was in Indiana. What was the store? I can't think of the store right now. But
Wasn't
we went in,
Bees?
It wasn't Bees. Bees was top tier. That was my favorite one we went to. It's like the big almost like the biddies of Indiana, pretty much. And
The one where we bought nothing because the register shut down.
the register shut down on his. You only had
And he had given me that bottle of. I don't even remember. Honestly.
Don't even remember the name, so I don't know why we keep talking about it. We can't even produce. We can't talk about the store name. We can't even find out what the name of the bourbon was. So let's just talk about the first bourbon. So let's just talk about the first one we actually just poured up, which was the Fiddler, which is a Alabama brand, actually. Georgia, right. Sorry, I'm thinking about Medellin.
It's ASW.
ASW, there we go.
Out of Atlanta. And this is an 8-year wheated bourbon. This is at 58% alcohol. And so Fiddler is not a brand that you see a lot in the Chicagoland area.
Very hard to get.
So we got this from a friend that took a trip down there, got a tour of the distillery, said he had an amazing time. He brought me back a bottle.
Didn't bring me back one. Thank you.
And it is really good. So I've been drinking it. I've had it open for a little bit.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we pause for a second? Let's pause for a second. Why does he hate me? What have I done to him? I've been a good friend.
Yeah,
I supported him.
Yeah.
You know, I've gone to the tastings.
The tastings.
Like, why?
The tastings.
Why does he hate us? Why does he hate me?
I don't know a lot about this distillery.
I was just going to ignore my question. Okay.
But it's interesting because it's an 8-year wheated bourbon, and I just it makes me think. So we brought up the Willet, an 8-year wheated bourbon. I don't know if you guys have seen it out there quite a bit, but I've seen it out there. The single barrel Larceny,
Yeah, I've had it.
barrel strength 8-year wheateds are out there.
Actually, I have that one. That's
Yeah.
actually at my house right now.
I don't know what's up with that. What's up with 8
It's-
years in wheat?
I don't know what it is. It's probably it's a very tasty one. It's very tasty. I damn near killed a whole bottle, like, within 2 days.
I almost bought the Garfield's pick. They have it on the shelf still. I don't know. I'm just for me, out of the Heaven Hill products, Larceny is not my favorite. Probably Elijah Craig would be my favorite, and then obviously the Old Fitz from there. So,
Well, you can't go wrong with Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig is probably one of my favorite, like, just straight up sipping bourbons. You could make so many different cocktails with it too. I mean, that's one of my favorite bourbons to use to make a Manhattan.
sure.
When me and my wife sit down and watch Sex and the City.
But I love this one.
Yeah, that's why I watch Sex and the City. I drink Manhattans while watching it. It's our tradition. Don't judge.
Once a year tradition. But no, I don't know why I'm holding it like I'm.
Don't you dare throw it. God.
But no, it's definitely a nice drinker. I'd like to try more from them.
It's
sure.
actually a very good drinker. Yeah. They actually
I
had.
never see it on the shelves in Chicago.
So
Maybe they're just not up here, or maybe I'm not looking hard enough.
No, I have not seen them either. You know, we're talking about it so much. We actually really didn't talk about the tasting notes so much, which obviously I taste that good sweetness.
Yeah.
Almost, you know what? I almost kind of taste not so much cereal. Well, it's a specific type of cereal that comes to mind as I'm tasting it, and it's on. Oh God, I almost want to say Captain Crunch like.
I get a lot of caramel. I
almost gotta get this Captain Crunch almost kind of taste with it, and it's really weird. I don't know why.
I get a lot of that traditional sweetness for what is it, like 100 and what one man I can't do math. 116 proof.
I don't know proof. You the one poured it. I didn't see it.
50.
You the one that got the bottle. I wasn't giving.
58 times 2. Yeah, 116.
I mean, I didn't get a bottle.
116.
If I got a bottle, I would have did the math a while ago and tell you what proof it was. But, you know, I didn't get it. I just want to point it out.
Well, people are going to make fun of me because of that. But
How many
okay.
mistakes I've made on this channel so far?
You know what? I'm gonna save the middle for last, and then
Really?
yeah, because I haven't tried it yet, and it's a new bottle. We just cracked the Bent Holiday because we're kind of like looking through what weededs we wanted to open up or try for this. We're gonna do a blind, but it's like kind of cumbersome to like get that done. You know, another one.
Wait, you haven't had a soft red? Because I have it at home. I thought you
I've
had it.
had the soft red wheat bottled in bond. This is the Rickhouse proof, so I haven't opened
Yeah,
it.
I had the Rickhouse proof.
Nice.
I thought you've had that one already.
I haven't. Yeah.
I'm shocked. I've
been
some that
sitting on
Kyle.
it for a while.
That Kyle has not had it yet.
You know what? Ooh, I get a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what this one. This is a store pick, but I do get apple like on it like right away. I don't know why.
Oh, is this the Wellers?
Yeah, like green apple. Just
Holy
hard
crap!
green apple.
I've never actually smelled that before.
Which is funny because like there are a lot of Bland's I'll get that on. All right, so
well, I mean, you know.
So let's talk about the history of wheated bourbon. So it was W.L. Weller and Sons.
William LaRue.
Potentially William LaRue Weller. W.L. Weller and Sons in the 1800s, let's call it the 1840s, 1850s, decided that they were going to take the rye content out of their bourbon and do corn and wheat. And then, you know, it produced like a sweeter, smoother finish. People preferred it. Their first real, I don't know, first probably not the right way to say it, but, you know, their sales rep that became infamous was a gentleman by the name of Julian Van Winkle Pappy, affectionately called. So he was the one selling William W.L. Weller's Sons wheated mash bill at the time. And then when they went out of business, he bought that mash bill and, you know, kind of like quietly opened Stitzel Weller with some other investors. And really, to this day, the Van Winkle family is still kind of the curators, owners of the, you know, Weller mash bill, the Weller original wheated mash bill, the first wheated mash bill out there. And Julian Van Winkle III still has like a part in, you know, being part of the Buffalo Trace legacy.
So I'm about to say, they didn't sell or
and,
like, it gave like a percentage to Buffalo Trace in order to produce it, if I'm not mistaken.
So, I mean, so like, it's a really interesting story because like when you think about like what happened, so then like Pappy takes over, Stitzel Weller, Pappy passes in like, I don't know if it was like the late 50s, early 60s, and then his son, the second, comes in and is like smart enough to like, as the distillery is now like selling, they like get bought out by a larger company, and kind of like he sees the writing on the wall, he buys up as much stock as he can, and then when he passes in like the early 80s, that stock that he bought like in the 70s as that distillery was going out of business, like lasted his son Julian Van Winkle III all the way up until the late 90s, where they were still selling
Bourbon, this is so
that
many
Stitzel
stories.
Weller. And then Buffalo Trace came in, they did a partnership, and then it became like more of a real marriage now, where
the history and stories that you'll hear in just in bourbon alone, whiskey alone, is amazing. And there's only 3 people I know in the world that will memorize and know these stories to heart.
there's a lot more.
Well, I personally know. That's what I'm saying. I personally know. Because I'm told these stories several times. It goes in one ear, right out the other. Mostly because I get punched in the head a lot. But with that being said, it is this man, my brother, and Zach.
Zach is a good storyteller.
Good storyteller.
Someone
So-
that I've learned from.
Not the one who didn't give me the bottle of the Fiddler. I just want to point that out. I'm not even going to name that person. He doesn't deserve to be named. But actually, speaking of my brother, I remember the first time I actually had Wellers. So it was like tradition for us after Thanksgiving. You know, you got Black Friday, and Pappy Van Winkle, Pappies are released, typically in the Chicagoland area right around that time.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get a bottle, especially
Once
like
a year.
Benny's, once a year. Very hard to get a bottle. So my brother became such good friends with the people at Benny's, the store we go to on State. They put him on a list. So every time they got Pappies, they let him know. And I remember, first time having Weller, we were drinking Pappy, and take it back. I'm sorry, we weren't able to get Pappy that year. But my brother was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get some Wellers. I'm gonna get Wellers foolproof. Cause you know what it is? It's Pappy.
It is.
It's just Pappy. And so we got that. And I was like, holy crap! This is pretty much Pappy's.
And I think that for a long time there was like this thought process that like Julian Van Winkle the third would go through like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and like taste barrels of weeded mash bill and say this is
the hell Oompa Loompas at the factory?
This is right. This is Weller. This is Pappy. I don't think that that's actually accurate anymore. Maybe at one point it was, but now I think they designate specific barrels like through the distillation process. They're like, this batch is Pappy, this batch is Weller, and so I don't think there's a lot of crossover. But what I will say, it's the same mash bill. I mean, Buffalo Trace only produces 3 mash bills.
Yes.
Maybe,
well, I thought they had 4. They had 4.
If you count the rye.
And when I was like,
So, because they do have the rye. They have the high rye.
Don't ignore my pain. Oh, Javier. Damn it, Javier. Yeah, they got 4 mash bills. Oh, they got the rye. They haven't weeded.
Yeah, they've got like the low rye, high rye. They've got the weeded, and then they've got the Sazerac.
Yeah,
actual rye, which
by the way, I can't wait to get into how the Sazerac plays into this.
Yeah,
that's an interesting story too.
But what I think is interesting is like, and like maybe controversial, because like for me, like I'm not a Pappy chaser. I don't have a bottle of Pappy. You won't see one up here. Mm-hmm. I personally think that the 10-year old Rip Van Winkle, the 107 proof, is like the best in the lineup outside of the 15-year. Pappy, which I've never had the chance of buying. I've obviously been able to drink. The Lot B, which is the 12-year.
Yeah.
Great. I prefer the 10-year and the 15-year. I don't care about the overly aged statements. For me, I don't like a lot of oak on my bourbon, so like there are very few,
certain ones
there are very few
oak
bourbons over 15 years that I truly enjoy, but I will say the best Pappy is the William LaRue Weller, because what is it?
I don't think I've had that one.
The William LaRue Weller is essentially it's the BTAC, right? So I've got the George T. Stagg and the handy over here, looking at it on the side, so I keep turning my head. But the William LaRue Weller is essentially an aged, cast strength version of Pappy Van Winkle, because it is. It's the cast strength version. So, and it's the same mash bill. I think that we talked about 107. The pinnacle of bourbon for me is the William LaRue Weller. I've never been able to buy a bottle. I'm not going to spend that much. Anytime I get a chance to get a pour from someone or see one at a reasonable price, I definitely drink it. I've had it a handful of times.
We need you people to start looking at our channel so we can afford to buy that and enjoy it. And maybe, if we get enough money, maybe we get enough, we'll do a bottle share with someone. You never know. I'm just saying.
But that
we're doing it for you.
Like the George T. Stagg, probably the best bottle I have in the house from last year. But yeah,
remember when we went to Louisville? And we were just getting $10 pours of the George T. Stagg for New Year's Eve, which was freaking insane.
What was that place called?
It was called Neat. neat. It was a.
They had a bottle
It
shop.
it had a bottle shop. That's actually where I bought the 2 bottles of Bland's Gold.
And then on New Year's Eve, or was it New Year's?
It was
Day?
New Year's. Actually, it was the day after New Year's.
So New Year's Day they had.
But they kept the special.
Pours. Yeah.
But when we came in, they were like, "We're gonna keep the specials going." So they had the George C. Stag for like $10 a pour.
And the 107.
107.
The
Rick
Van Winkle,
Winkle.
the 10 year, the 107.
And they had one more.
Yeah, they did have one other one.
I don't know, but we kept going back to the red.
Might have
We
been the
kept going
Chartered
towards
Oak.
It was a Chartered Oak. Yes, it was a Chartered Oak.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing time. Like we met some guys there in Louisville who did not like Kyle, which is understandable. Kyle's a very acquired taste.
I didn't like them either.
But I ended up like calling one. I called him up, and one of them came out, hanged out with us. It was a great time.
Oh, so good.
It was a good time. But
Those guys don't know shit about technology.
it was. We're not going to get into this. We're not going to get. Don't ask questions. Don't you ask one question in the comment section. Let it go.
Back it up. No, I don't even work at this company. Wow.
With that being said, should we try?
Yeah. So Ben Holiday. I mean, we've talked about Ben Holiday because
I feel like the last
on the
4.
hidden secret episode that'll never be released.
Yes.
Ben Holiday did win our blind.
We
bonded-
talked about them. I want to say
bonded challenge. I love the Ben Holiday stuff. Distillery in Missouri, kind of like a historic distillery in Missouri, as like that river turned, kind of became defunct, and a lot of people were like more focused on the Kentucky side, and then this brand kind of was revitalized within the last call it decade, and does amazing stuff.
Really do. I've had this one before. It's really good.
They're putting out an 8-year right now. I saw a 6-year. This might be a 6-year actually. I don't know if it has.
I don't know.
It is a 6-year. I think they put out an 8-year. I think I saw an 8-year come out.
Yeah, I like this one. It's
8 years.
Very
Everybody's
good.
doing 8 years. What's up with the 8-year weeded?
8 year apparently is a good mark for a weeded. I guess so.
What is
Guess
up
so.
with 8 years?
Yeah, this one. You know what it is, and you're gonna find it weird. Here's the weirdest tasting note you'll probably ever hear from me. It tastes like a flat Coke, and I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, fair. Man, I'll tell
Like
you,
flat Coke,
my initial
but
thought.
it's good.
My initial thought is my favorite one. I mean, I love the Weller. I drink it. I love it. It's obviously the most drink through of the 3 bottles, right?
Yes. But I feel like we've been talking about Ben Holiday.
Good, man.
We've been talking about
Sleeping
it a
on
lot.
the Ben Holidays. If you are out there,
I feel like the
and you
last
are
few
seeing
episodes,
these, buy them.
buy them, and Ben Holiday,
Buy 'em.
we about
Buy
to
'em.
give you a lot of publicity, okay? Because we
We're
need
coming.
sponsors.
Missouri's not far from Illinois. We're coming.
We might have to. Speaking
We're
of,
coming.
actually, you know what I want to do, right? So Thornton Distillery, it's like 20 minutes from my house. Have you ever heard of them? Apparently, there's like a historic distillery in Illinois. Never heard of them, but they have like their own bourbon brand. It's like Deadeye Bourbon. Never heard this brand. And mind you, by the time I actually saw it, my brother sent it to me because he's like, hey, let's go one day. Let's go over there and let's check it out. Haven't checked it out yet. I was like, I never heard this bourbon brand. Never heard Deadeye Bourbon. And next thing I know, I saw it at Benny's that same day. I was like, how the hell does that
Crazy how
happen?
that works.
How the hell does that happen?
If you know about Deadeye Bourbon,
Please let us know.
say something.
But
Those are good. I really like the Ben Holiday.
I like the Ben. I think the Weller is my favorite.
I love weeded bourbons. It's just such in my wheelhouse.
And, I don't have a lot
I
of.
love the spectrum of like the really like high end ryes and the really high end weededs. Like
You know
both
what?
sides of that table. Like I love it.
I'm so upset right now because I had that larceny and it's not much left. And because it's a weeded episode, that would be perfect to put as the bottle kill, and I totally forgot it. And I'm really pissed at myself.
We were drinking the Infinity bottle. It's so funny because like
It keeps.
we never drank it before. Now that we're adding to it, we drink it. So it's like
It goes up. It goes
That's
down.
the point, right? That's the point. Make our own brand.
We'll send an MGP and get it produced. So I'm gonna go back to this. And
All right, so let's talk about. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
And it's actually really funny, and I want to know what people think about this, because you were talking about barrel strength and everything like that.
That's where I was going. I love it.
Yeah, because I was talking to someone about this. It was one of my friends, and we were trying to talk about is barrel strength actually just better? Like, if it's barrel strength, is it better than like just regular? Does it have to be older? You know? And I think that's a very interesting topic, because I feel like most whiskey bourbon hunters, or at least like we talked about last week, like the guys who like, you know, the newer guys who want to look cool and status, be like, if they see a barrel strength, it's like, oh, I gotta buy that. That's gonna be better because it's barrel strength. But then you got so many just straight up regular, like just 10-year-olds or younger bourbons out there.
Yeah. I think a couple things. So it's good to qualify, because we have a couple things out here, and they're all a little bit different in terms of proof. And
that's what I mean, higher proof, lower proof, stuff like that.
And so like you have things like
I've been drinking
a full proof. So Weller, full proof. So it's always bottled at 114 proof. And that is their entry point into the barrel. That's what they put the bourbon into the barrel before it ages. Now, while they're aging it, that proof goes up, and they're adding water essentially to like bring it down to the 114, so they have like a consistency in their product. I would say the same thing with the Ben Holiday, although I don't know that they're doing barrel entry proof at 120, but they're obviously like not doing kind of a single barrel feel where like all of their Rickhouse proof bourbons come out at 120 proof. So there's a consistency measure there that they're taking, meaning that like it's batched, they're adding water, there's like a flavor profile that they're going for, versus like a true barrel strength whiskey that is like unfiltered, uncut, like some of the Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Because like, let me ask you this question, because I know I'm very confused on that a lot of time. So is most barrel strengths higher proof?
Barrel strength and cast strength and full proof will always be higher proofs. They mean something different.
Yes, I know that.
And so it's just, you're going to see a variation there, but like typically barrel strength or cast strength will be your highest in terms of like, you know, even getting up to hazmat levels.
So I guess that's the question that me and my friend were talking about. Is like, what is really better? Does it matter if it's higher proof, or there's so many good lower proof bourbons? Because one more I'll bring up every single time. Russell's 10-year,
90 proof.
90 proof.
90 proof.
One of my favorite bourbons. I would drink it every day. If I go anywhere, if I'm going to someone's house, I'm picking up a 10-year.
Yeah. I think that comes down to like a very anecdotally like taste and
I think
flavor profile.
Taste. Yeah.
So like it depends on what you like, and I think you've noted for me in the past, right? Like if you go around this small room of bourbon that we have, you're going to be hard-pressed to find stuff that is under 107 proof.
And you know what? And typically for newer people, you need a lower proof.
I do have some stuff. I've got, you know, a couple one-on-ones. I've got
because
a lot of the stuff I have here.
My wife comes over. She's trying to try bourbon. She actually loves bourbon with me, but she doesn't really drink it unless I'm drinking it, but she loves it. Really weird. But
and I think
it's so hard for me trying to find her something in this place that's not proof. Now my house, I got her set. I got her none of the basics, the Elijah Craig, the Woodford, you know, stuff like that where she's set. But if we come here, it's so hard for me to get her something because I'll go, oh nope, that's like 115, nope, 120, 119.
Yeah. and it's open because that's what I drink, right? So, you know, and then I've tried to be more mindful, especially over in this area, of stuff that's open that is lower proof. But I personally think bourbon, like, is best straight from the barrel. So
I would say
like
that too. As I've gotten more into bourbons and whiskeys, and you've been to my house, you see I have a lot more higher proof bourbons now, because that's what my taste buds want.
Yeah.
And it's just my thing. I have to get barrel strength, full proof.
Yeah. Listen, we talked about daily drinkers. Eagle Rare, 90 proof. I've been drinking the Eagle Rare 12 quite a bit lately. Don't have a bottle. I have a bar that has one, and
Lucky.
I'm drinking through that bottle.
I haven't been invited to the bar.
Like, no one knows about it. They're selling it for $15 a pour for the Eagle 12. It's no better than
We're going right now. We're
than
going.
the normal 90. 10-year 90.
I'm about to say, isn't it like a little bit higher proof?
It's 95 proof.
It's 95.
2 years, 5 more proof points. I like the 5 proof points, but and then we were talking about this the other day. The Wild Turkey 101 8-year age statement is like my favorite bourbon right now. So that's not to say I don't like, you know, the Old Fitz Bottle and Bond. Fantastic. That 7-year that they put out, fantastic. But you know, if you're gonna say what are your favorite bourbons, your favorites, like pick me your favorite bourbon right now.
And you know what?
They would all be cast strength bourbons or barrel strength.
Here's the thing. That's why I think it's a very interesting discussion because, and obviously, people, let us know what you like. Let us know. Like I said, I tend to go that higher proof. But if you ask me right now, what am I taking to my grave with me? It's actually kind of weird. It's actually a hard choice. I got 2 hands, so I might take both bottles. I got 2 hands. I got my Jack Daniels, single barrel rye, and my Russell 10-year.
So I go William LaRue, Weller, Coyo, Jack Daniels, Coyo.
And I'm cool with that.
And those are both going to be over 100.
I'm going to the afterlife. I got me a little light proof, and high proof. I'm going. I got one to make me old fashions and Manhattans. One to drink neat.
Afterlife. Kind of I don't want to I hate aging the podcast because these don't come out, but definitely was a weird week in terms of celebrity deaths. So we'll leave it at that. I am a real American.
I am Iron Man. We definitely aged the podcast on that one. If you know, you know. Hey, this is tape, not live.
Yeah, we're getting to a point where we're gonna start releasing stuff. Maybe planning some live stuff.
We're gonna plan live stuff. We wanted to film enough where we can make sure we give you guys daily content as much as possible. We're at that point now.
I think we're at that point. You know, and it's also like proving the concept. Like, can we have consistency as a team?
As a team.
It's not easy. Life's not easy.
It's not. And if you notice, you'll see through the first few 8 episodes, the chemistry gets way better. Even though we're best friends in real life.
Great. No.
Shut up. But even though we're best friends, you can definitely see in the first few episodes, I felt it. Like, you know, some of the concepts weren't there. Maybe we're kind of laxed on this. We're not really doing good in this. It starts to pick up a little bit more.
Yeah. Production value is something we're going to look at.
We're definitely going to look at, you know, especially as more people watch the channel and supports us.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, you know, happy 8th episode.
I'm almost out.
I poured more.
I got one little sippy.
Pour enough foolproof. Don't you dare throw the glass. I'll kill you. I'll get your wife. E.I. Bourbon Salon.
We're out.
See you later.